Well, hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. We are incredibly sorry that we can't be on site with you at this time, but Casey and I know how incredibly near and dear each of you, each employer, and each employee really is to us during this time and always. But we know that financial education is something that we want to provide to you any and all times. And what we have committed to doing is we will be providing weekly updates that include timely financial tips to help us get through this time. So I'm Kelly Green with Centric. We have Casey Messer with us also. We're going to share a few things of really and truly how Centric is helping our community during this time. We're going to kick off real quickly with just 6 tips of things that we're doing right now. And I'm going to flip over real quick to share our screen. So give me just a moment while I share that with you. One of the great things about Centric is that we are working incredibly hard to get the message out to our members who might have been impacted negatively by COVID-19. And so I'm going to share 6 things with you here quickly, just so we can understand how Centric is really here for us. One of the things for us to think about too is just really and truly, we know that financial services are essential to effective crisis management, and we want to ensure our membership and those of you that may not be a member here with Centric, we are still available and able to provide financial services to you, especially during this time. Something to consider is that we are continuing to serve our members on a limited basis, and there are 3 ways that you may continue banking as usual. Our drive-throughs are open and thriving. They are available to you Monday through Saturday, and for those hours of operation, you can visit us online at mycentric.org. Also, MyCentric Online Banking is a 24-hour access point for you, either by app or online. You can utilize your login to do simple things as far as anything from your balances, transfer funds, make payments, you name it. We also have a 24/7 call center that's available to you. You may call and actually speak with a person. And of course, the priority we have here in keeping things clean is ensuring sanitation at all levels of touch points for our members and also our staff. Our team is definitely committed to sanitizing equipment at our service centers and on a routine basis, just to make sure we're staying as on top of the health protocols to keep our staff and members safe during this time. We have provided a safety tip for you that really talks about ways in which to protect yourself and your family during COVID. Here's a few tips and guidance. And if this is something that you would like to have at your place of employment, contact Casey or I, and we would be able to take care of that. We can send this graphic over to you that really just talks about avoiding close contact. Right now, they're recommending at least 6 foot of distance if you are still working or even quarantining at your home, washing your hands, cleaning and disinfecting areas, covering your cough, avoiding touching your face, and truly stay at home as much as you can. One thing I'll share with you is that we've got quite a few healthcare providers that are working around the clock, and many of you guys that might be listening are a part of that. We certainly want to thank you, those 2 that are continuing to work, that are at, an efficient form of business during this time. We definitely want you to know that we are thinking about you, we're praying for you, and we just definitely want you to know that we're staying at home so that you can continue to do your job and stay well yourselves. So those are a few tips to keep in mind during this time. Of course, we've talked a little bit about MyCentric Online Banking and our online banking resources that are truly available to you 24/7. There are literally endless opportunities for you to bank online that are available to you. And if you need access to online banking, you can contact us or you can sign up and enroll in online banking online at mycentric.org. We've also have a couple of opportunities that have really been beneficial to our members during this time. If you have been impacted to things like job loss or loss of hours, we have things that are skip a pay options to help free up some extra cash for you for the loans that you might have here at Centric. If you've lost your job, we also can consider other opportunities such as loan deferment and so forth. I highly encourage you to really discuss your options with your loan officer during this time. And the number here on the screen is 340-9656. And you can contact anyone 24 hours a day to discuss this. I know that there are options available for you, and I would just ask that you please utilize this opportunity to help provide for your family and to provide an additional resource. That's what we're here to do. The sixth and final thing I want to bring to you guys today is we want you to know that your funds are secure at Centric. For over 85 years, we've served our community and we have faced difficult times such as these, and we've maintained a healthy financial institution that helps our members not only live better, but to thrive financially. And these are some things that what we've talked about today is really what we've made available to you. And we want you to know that we are federally insured by the National Credit Union Administration. Many times you've heard this referred to as the NCUA, and we are certainly available to you during this time and always. Now, there are a few other tips too of things we want you to really consider during this time. Casey has actually prepared some opportunities for us to talk a little bit further, ways in which for us to think about what we might be able to do that are, it's really timely, and it's ways for you to maybe save and other options to consider. So Casey, feel free to share with us your thoughts today.
Yes, so today I'm going to share a little bit about just really some good tips and things that you can do to just cut your spending and save, especially during this time, but really always you can carry out these rules. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about, Kelly mentioned this, but reach out to your lenders. You know, there's probably an option for you, and it may seem like there's nothing that can be done, but there's programs that are put in place right now during this COVID-19 situation that we're in, and there's also things that your financial institution may have already had in place, like our skip-a-pay options, as Kelly mentioned. And so just reach out and don't be afraid to see what's out there. This is really going to help you go forward. So make that a priority. The next thing is just to prioritize. So if you, take a look at all your bills and identify which ones of those are the most critical. Take a look at your utility bills, reach out to your utility companies, and again, see if there's some kind of deferment going on, or if there's any kind of option for you, if that's something that you're struggling with. Just really work with them, work with the company to make a better solution for you. Of course, reducing spending is going to help save money. Think about cutting out those non-essential things like any kind of entertainment, things that you pay for, or any luxuries like the cable. Or going to the gym. The gym memberships are a big thing right now. And then think about those subscriptions that you have that are not so essential right now, and that you could probably cut back on to save yourself a little bit of extra cash. And the last thing is scams. This is a huge thing right now. And it comes in so many different forms. So think about before you click on something, if you don't know where it came from, if you're unfamiliar with the source, just avoid that. If you're not expecting it, then just go ahead and don't open that email. Of course, ignoring online offers for vaccinations. If you're hearing about a vaccination for the first time via email or Facebook, it's probably not so valid. Be very careful with that during this time. Refer to the CDC and your health department, your state health department for those updates. Don't rely on Facebook to give you that information. Just really be careful of scams. They're out there and they're growing. They're getting smarter with those. Of course, do your homework whenever it comes to donating. So if someone is reaching out to you and they're in need, make sure you know who that is. Make sure you know what organization you're donating to and which way they request funds from you. If it seems a little bit off, just avoid that situation altogether. We don't want anyone taking advantage of you and your money. Of course, again, watch for emails. That could be the CDC. If it's not something that you subscribe to and you're not expecting it again, just be really, really mindful of that. And of course, the last thing that I want to mention is price gouging. Be mindful of people out there who may have taken advantage of having a high volume of a certain product that's really essential right now during this time. And if they've marked that price up a lot, please report that. That is not okay during this time. That is a scam. So again, just really protecting you and your money. So that is all I have for you guys as far as tips to cut spending and save. We're welcome to your ideas, as we always say with our partners. We love hearing what you have, what you may have experienced. But at this time, we hope to come back to you weekly, like Kelly said. But I'm going to kick it back over to her for some more details.
Casey, thank you so much for preparing that information in such a timely situation as this pandemic that we're in. Having these tips are really essential to us, to really helping us thrive financially. And I hope, as everyone that's listening, and maybe even watching as well, I would just encourage you to reach out to Centric. You can speak to your loan officer or any one of our representatives. You can contact us online at mycentric.org, or you can reach us by phone at 318-340-9656. We are available 24/7. Our app is completely free. It's able for you to download that. You can develop your own login online at mycentric.org. You can take care of all of those things remotely. One of the things too, I have heard on the news, and I'm sure you're very familiar as well, that there are stimulus checks that might be coming our way. And if you are going to be impacted by that, there are remote deposit options that allow you to deposit those checks remotely, just with your app, your mobile phone, really, and through the MyCentric online app. It's a very quick and easy step to do that if you would like to avoid going to the credit union to make those deposits. You can also deposit too at the ATMs. Any Centric ATM will take your deposit. So if you want to avoid that person-to-person touch, you can certainly do that there. Again, if you have been faced and you are adversely impacted by this, I would encourage you to really think about too, as far as reaching out to us. Call us and let us know how we might be able to help you, and just share your situation. And our loan officers are very much skilled and equipped and know of solutions that could be really impactful to changing this situation for you for the better. And for those of you that might be ill from COVID and fighting this illness, or know someone that is currently fighting this illness, we're thinking and praying for you for overall healing. And we just thank you so much for being a trusted partner of ours. We are very thankful for this opportunity to serve you. We will also be sharing this information actually to our entire membership as well. And so for those of you that your employer is not necessarily a partner of Centric, we invite you to do that. We offer lots of resources that are available to you and your employees, from certain specials and opportunities from your opening up accounts on your site, credit report reviews, and financial counseling completely free to you, the employee. And we ask that you reach out to us, because really and truly the opportunities and solutions are endless at Centric. And we work, Casey mentioned it earlier, that as you know, those of you that are are an actual community partner of ours, you know that we listen to your needs, and we really build that financial education around your current needs of your employees. So by all means, reach out to us. We're just a phone call or an email, even a quick message away. So we thank you for this time and look forward to visiting with you again next week.
Thanks, guys.